Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here today. I want to talk to you about something fundamental to every human being's life: prosperity and abundance. Now, when we hear those words, sometimes it sounds like a distant dream, or maybe it feels like something only other people get to experience. But I want to tell you, prosperity and abundance are principles that can be learned, applied, and mastered by anyone who is willing. First, let's talk about mindset. What you believe about money and success will determine how you handle opportunities. Many people walk around with a poverty mindset, thinking wealth is scarce or only for a chosen few. But that's not true. Your mind is a fertile garden. If you plant seeds of faith, hope, and positive belief, you will harvest prosperity. Change your mind and you change your life. Second, understand that prosperity comes from value creation. Wealth doesn't come from wishful thinking or shortcuts. It comes from solving problems, meeting needs, and serving others. The marketplace rewards those who bring value. So, ask yourself, what value can I create for others? When you focus on serving, money flows. Third, the principle of giving. Many think giving means losing, but it's the exact opposite. Giving is a seed that brings a harvest of blessings. When you give, you create a spiritual law of reciprocity. Your generosity opens doors for abundance to enter your life. You can't outgive God or the universe. Give with a cheerful heart and watch prosperity follow. Fourth, you must marry faith with action. Faith alone without works is dead. You have to believe in your dreams and then take consistent steps every day to make them real. Small, steady actions build momentum. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Start now. Start small, but start. Prosperity requires financial stewardship. It's not just about how much you make, but how well you manage what you have. Discipline in budgeting, saving, and investing creates security and growth. Protect what God or your efforts have given you, and it will multiply. Prosperity and abundance are not accidental. They are principles that, when applied, transform your life. You have what it takes. Start cultivating the right mindset, create value, give generously, take faith, build action, and steward your resources wisely. This is your pathway to true prosperity. Before we can ever talk about money in your bank account or the assets you own, we must first start with the seed inside your mind. The journey to prosperity begins not outside in the world, but inside your own thoughts. Your mindset, the way you think about wealth, success, and yourself, is the most powerful tool you have. It's the invisible blueprint that shapes your reality. Many people don't realize this, but your thoughts literally build your future. It's not magic. It's a spiritual and psychological principle. Whatever you focus on, whatever you truly believe deep down, you begin to act on, and that action produces results. If you think wealth is impossible for you, if you believe money is scarce or only meant for other people, then your subconscious will work hard to prove that belief right. But if you think abundance is your birthright, if you truly believe you are capable and deserving, your mind will start looking for ways to make that happen. I want to make this very clear. Your circumstances, your upbringing, your past failures do not define your future. The only thing that defines your future is the mindset you choose to embrace today. You can't change where you started, but you can change where you're going by changing how you think. A mindset of scarcity keeps you trapped in a cycle of fear, limitation, and hesitation. It's the voice inside that says, "There's not enough, I'm not good enough," or "this is as good as it gets." That voice kills opportunity before it even knocks. But when you develop a mindset of abundance, you begin to see possibilities everywhere. You start saying, "There is more than enough. I can learn what I don't know, and my best days are still ahead." This kind of thinking opens doors and attracts opportunities. Now, you might be asking, how do I change my mindset? The first step is awareness. Begin to notice your internal dialogue. What are you telling yourself every day? Are those thoughts building you up or tearing you down? Once you catch those limiting beliefs, challenge them. Ask yourself, is this really true? Most of the time, you'll find those thoughts are just fears dressed up as facts. Then, start feeding your mind with empowering truths. Read books about success and abundance. Surround yourself with people who believe in growth and prosperity. Listen to stories of people who started with nothing and achieved greatness. The more you immerse yourself in positive, faith-building ideas, the more your mindset will shift. Words have power. When you speak positive declarations like, "I am worthy of success," or "money flows to me easily," you're training your subconscious mind to accept these as facts. This is not just feel. Good talk, it's a practical way to reprogram your mind. Remember that setbacks and failures are not the end of your story. A strong mindset sees failure as a lesson, a stepping stone, not a stopping point. The difference between those who prosper and those who don't is often just how they respond to adversity. You can choose to let failure defeat you, or you can choose to learn, grow, and keep moving forward. Your mindset is closely tied to your faith in yourself, faith in your purpose, and for many, faith in a higher power. Faith is the confident expectation that your effort will produce results. Without faith, doubt will rule your thoughts, and doubt kills dreams. But when you combine faith with a positive mindset, you become unstoppable. Prosperity begins in your mind. Change your thoughts, and you change your life. The wealth you seek first grows in your mental garden. Nourish it with faith, positive beliefs, and disciplined thinking. This is the foundation for every other principle of abundance. Your mindset is the starting point of your prosperity journey. Guard it, cultivate it, and watch how your world transforms. You have the power to rewrite your story by changing the way you think. That's the real secret of wealth. Let's move now from the power of your mindset to the action that transforms that mindset into real wealth. Value creation. Understanding this principle is absolutely critical because money, in its purest form, is simply a medium of exchange for value. It doesn't exist on its own as some magical substance. It's a reflection of value given and received. Think about this. People don't pay you just to have money in their wallet. They pay you because you have something valuable to offer. Whether it's a product, a service, a skill, or a solution to a problem, value is the currency that earns money. If you want to build lasting prosperity, your focus must be on how you can create value in the lives of others. Now, many people misunderstand what value creation really means. Some think it's about finding shortcuts to get rich quickly or about exploiting others. That's not what I'm talking about. True value creation is about identifying a need or a problem that exists in your community, market, or industry, and then offering a solution that improves lives. When you do this authentically and consistently, money follows naturally. Look at every successful business or entrepreneur you admire. Their common denominator is that they've discovered a way to serve others better, faster, or differently. They've created a product or service that solves a problem or satisfies a desire. Without value, money won't come, and even if it does temporarily, it won't last. Another important aspect to understand is that value creation is not limited to business owners or those with products to sell. It applies to everyone. If you're an employee, you create value by doing your job exceptionally well, by finding ways to make your team better, or by improving processes that save time or resources. If you're an artist or a creator, your value is in the emotional connection or inspiration you provide. If you're a service provider, your value is in the experience and results you deliver. So, how do you begin to create value? It starts with a mindset shift from "what can I get" to "what can I give?" This means looking around you and asking, What problems do people face? What needs are not being met? How can I use my skills, talents, and resources to serve them? When you answer this question honestly and take action, you're on the path to prosperity. Next, develop expertise in your chosen area. People pay for excellence. The more skilled, knowledgeable, and trustworthy you become, the more valuable you are. Invest in your education, sharpen your skills, and always strive to improve. Excellence breeds trust, and trust attracts business. Value creation also requires innovation and adaptability. The world is constantly changing, and what was valuable yesterday might not be tomorrow. Stay curious. Stay open to learning new methods, technologies, and ideas. Those who innovate and adapt create greater value and stand out from the competition. There is also a spiritual principle woven into value creation. You cannot outgive God or the universe. When you focus on serving others and creating value, you align yourself with a higher law of reciprocity. Your generosity and service become seeds that produce a harvest of abundance. This is why many wealthy people are also generous givers. They understand that their prosperity is directly linked to the value they put out into the world. Keep in mind that value creation requires patience and persistence. Sometimes, the results of your efforts won't be immediate. People need to see your commitment, trust your integrity, and recognize the benefits you offer before they invest in you. Stay consistent, keep delivering value, and don't get discouraged by early setbacks. Prosperity is not about luck or chance. It is the natural result of creating real, meaningful value in the lives of others. Focus on solving problems, improving lives, and offering excellence. When you do this, wealth follows, not as the goal, but as the natural byproduct of your service. Your legacy will be built on the value you bring to the world. So ask yourself every day, how can I serve better? How can I create more value? When you answer this question with action, you unlock the door to abundance. There is a timeless principle that underpins true prosperity, and it might just be one of the most misunderstood ideas about wealth, the principle of giving to receive. Many people look at giving as a loss, a sacrifice, or something they can't afford to do, especially when money is tight. But giving is not just a charitable act. It is a powerful, spiritual, and financial law that opens the door to abundance. You see, the universe operates on a principle of reciprocity. It's a simple truth. When you give, you create space to receive. The more generous you are with your time, talents, and resources, the more abundance you invite into your life. This isn't a theory or a vague notion. It's a law as certain as gravity. Think about it this way. When you give, you're signaling to the world that you have enough. Giving requires faith. It's the belief that by releasing what you have, you will be replenished. If you cling tightly to what you possess, that energy of scarcity keeps your life locked in limitation. But generosity releases the flow of blessings. Many successful people will tell you that giving was one of their greatest financial strategies. When they began to give, whether through tithes, donations, helping others, or investing in people's lives, something incredible happened. Their resources multiplied. This is because giving changes your mindset from one of lack to one of abundance. It rewires your brain to recognize opportunity, increases your gratitude, and opens your heart to receive. Giving is not just about money. It's about your time, your knowledge, your encouragement, and your love. When you give your time to mentor someone, you're investing in their future. And often, in ways you can't immediately see, they will invest in yours. When you share your knowledge, you build trust and authority, which can lead to opportunities and financial reward. Here's another key point. Giving is most powerful when it is done willingly and with joy. Giving out of obligation or guilt doesn't produce the same results. Your attitude matters. When you give cheerfully and expectantly, you align yourself with the energy of prosperity. Now, you might ask, what if I don't have much to give? Start small. Even a small seed, when planted, can grow into a mighty tree. Giving a little bit consistently creates a momentum of generosity. The act itself rewires your thinking and opens your heart to abundance. Over time, your capacity to give grows as your prosperity grows. It's also important to understand that giving is an investment, not a loss. When you help others, you're sowing seeds that will come back to you in various forms, sometimes financially, sometimes through new relationships or unexpected opportunities. But rest assured, the harvest will come if you remain faithful. In many spiritual traditions, giving is linked to blessing. The Bible says, "Give, and it will be given to you, for with the measure you use, it will be measured to you." This is a universal truth echoed in many cultures. Generosity creates blessing. It's a cycle. What you sow, you reap. Generosity also creates a legacy. When you give, you leave a lasting impact that transcends money. You influence lives, communities, and even future generations. This is true wealth, something money alone cannot buy. If you want to unlock the door to prosperity and abundance, start by opening your hand to give. Shift your perspective from scarcity to generosity. Recognize that giving is a powerful principle that creates a flow of blessings in your life. Whether it's your time, your talents, or your treasure, giving is the seed that grows into a harvest. Remember, it's not about how much you give, but the heart behind the giving. When you give with a willing spirit and expectant faith, you set into motion a force that draws abundance to you. So, embrace this principle of giving to receive. Let generosity be your strategy for success and your path to prosperity. Your life will never be the same when you understand and apply this powerful truth. There is a powerful partnership that must exist if you want to unlock true prosperity and abundance, and that partnership is faith and action. You cannot have one without the other if you truly desire lasting success. Many people think faith means sitting back and waiting for things to happen, and action means going out and doing without any belief. But the truth is, faith and action are two sides of the same coin. They work hand in hand, each one strengthening the other. Faith is more than just wishful thinking or hoping for the best. Faith is a confident expectation that what you believe will come to pass. It is a deep conviction that your efforts will be rewarded. Without faith, you will hesitate at every opportunity, second, guess your decisions, and fall victim to doubt and fear. But faith gives you courage, clarity, and determination to move forward even when the path is not clear. However, faith alone is not enough. The Bible says, "Faith without works is dead." This means that belief without action accomplishes nothing. You can't just pray for prosperity, visualize success, or speak positive affirmations and then do nothing. Action is the vehicle that carries faith into reality. It is the tangible expression of your belief. When faith and action work together, you create momentum. Faith fuels your actions by giving you purpose and confidence. Action tests your faith, refines it, and brings it to life. For example, if you believe you can start a business, faith will inspire you to take the first steps. Those first steps, no matter how small, are actions that prove your faith and build your confidence. Then, as you continue working, your faith grows stronger because you see progress, and that progress pushes you to act even more. One of the biggest mistakes people make is waiting for perfect conditions to take action. They say, "I'll start when I have enough money," or "I'll begin when I feel ready." But faith doesn't wait for perfect conditions. Faith acts despite imperfections. It's the ability to start small, start now, and trust that as you move forward, the resources and opportunities will come. Another important aspect of combining faith and action is persistence. Sometimes your actions won't immediately produce the results you want. You might face setbacks, failures, or delays, but faith gives you the resilience to keep going. It reminds you that every great success story includes moments of struggle. Your commitment to consistent action, driven by faith, is what separates those who succeed from those who give up. Also, faith and action require discipline. Faith is not a one-time event. It's a daily choice to believe and to work toward your goals. Action is not a one-time effort. It's consistent effort over time. Together, they build habits that lead to lasting success. Discipline in your thoughts and actions builds trust in yourself and builds trust with those around you. Faith also opens your mind to divine guidance and insight. When you believe, you become more receptive to ideas, opportunities, and wisdom that you might otherwise overlook. Action puts that guidance into motion. When you follow through on what you believe and the direction you receive, you align yourself with a greater purpose and power. Faith and action are not opposing forces. They are partners on your journey. One without the other is incomplete. Faith without action is wishful thinking. Action without faith is exhausting and often aimless. Together, they create a powerful force that moves mountains. If you want to live a life of prosperity and abundance, you must embrace both faith and action. Believe in your vision with unwavering confidence, and then back that belief with consistent, purposeful effort. Trust that as you move forward, doors will open, resources will flow, and your goals will become reality. So, let faith ignite your passion and let action carry you forward. This partnership is the foundation of every success story. Start where you are with what you have and trust the process. Your faith and your actions will bring you to a place of prosperity you once only dreamed possible. As we conclude our exploration of the principles for prosperity and abundance, I want to emphasize a critical component that often gets overlooked: financial stewardship. Many people think that wealth is simply about how much money you bring in, but true prosperity is about how well you manage what you have. Stewardship is the responsible management, protection, and growth of your resources, and it is foundational to lasting abundance. Imagine this. You could have a great income, but if you don't manage your money wisely, you'll never experience true wealth. On the other hand, someone with modest earnings who practices good stewardship can build security, grow assets, and enjoy peace of mind. Stewardship is the difference between living paycheck to paycheck and building generational wealth. First, financial stewardship requires discipline. It means setting up a budget and sticking to it. A budget is not about restriction, it's about intention. When you know exactly where your money is going, you gain control over your financial life. You eliminate wasteful spending and prioritize your needs and goals. This discipline builds a strong foundation that allows you to save and invest. Saving is another vital part of stewardship. Setting aside a portion of your income regularly, even if it's small, is planting seeds for your future. Those seeds, when nurtured through wise investment, grow into financial security and opportunity. Saving is not just about money, it's about building a habit of planning and preparation. It's your shield against unexpected emergencies and your ticket to freedom. Investment is the next step in stewardship. Money sitting idle loses value over time because of inflation. To truly grow your wealth, you must put your resources to work. This means learning about different investment options, stocks, real estate, businesses, or retirement accounts, and choosing wisely. Investing is not gambling. It's a calculated risk taken with knowledge and patience. The earlier you start, the more time your money has to compound and multiply. Another key aspect of stewardship is avoiding unnecessary debt. Debt can be a tool when used wisely, such as a mortgage or a business loan, but uncontrolled debt is a major barrier to prosperity. High interest consumer debt drains your resources and limits your ability to invest or save. Practicing stewardship means living within your means and paying down debt as quickly as possible. Stewardship also involves protecting your assets. This includes having insurance, creating a will, and planning for the future. Protecting what you have built ensures that your prosperity is not wiped out by unforeseen circumstances. It also provides peace of mind so you can focus on growth without fear. Stewardship is about giving back and using your resources to make a positive impact. When you manage your finances well, you can support causes you believe in, help others, and create a legacy beyond just money. Generosity is part of stewardship because it reflects an understanding that money is a tool to be used wisely, not just accumulated. On a deeper level, financial stewardship is a mindset, a recognition that everything you have is entrusted to you. Whether you believe this stewardship comes from God, the universe, or your own sense of responsibility, the principle remains the same. Managing your resources wisely is your duty. When you take this responsibility seriously, you open the door for more resources to come your way. Prosperity and abundance are not accidental. They are the result of intentional actions, starting with the way you manage your finances. Discipline in budgeting, commitment to saving, wise investing, responsible debt management, and protecting your assets are the pillars of financial stewardship. If you want your prosperity to last, you must become a good steward of what you have been given. Stewardship transforms income into wealth, dreams into reality, and potential into legacy. So, take control of your financial future today. Create a budget, start saving, invest wisely, avoid bad debt, protect your assets, and remember to give generously. These actions will position you to not only enjoy abundance, but also sustain it for years to come. Your journey to prosperity is not just about earning. It's about managing, growing, and multiplying. Financial stewardship is your roadmap to lasting wealth and peace of mind. As we bring this journey to a close, remember this. Prosperity and abundance are not just about luck or having the right connections. They are about mindset, value, generosity, faith combined with action, and wise stewardship. These principles are the foundation upon which you build your financial future and your legacy. You have the power to change your life by changing your thoughts, by focusing on creating value for others, by giving generously and expecting blessings in return, by pairing your faith with consistent action, and by managing your resources with discipline and wisdom. When you embrace these truths, you align yourself with the natural laws of success and abundance. The path to prosperity is not always easy. It requires effort, patience, and resilience. But the good news is that anyone, yes, anyone, can walk this path if you are willing to learn, apply, and persevere. You are not a product of your circumstances, but a product of your choices. So today, make a decision. Decide to adopt a mindset of abundance. Decide to serve and create real value. Decide to give and open the door to receive. Decide to act with faith and never stop moving forward. Decide to steward your resources with care and purpose. When you do this, you will watch doors open, opportunities multiply, and your life transform beyond what you once thought possible. Prosperity is waiting for you, but it starts with you. Go forth with confidence, discipline, and faith. Your future of abundance is yours to claim. Thank you.